skip counting back by 100. Last week we talked about skip counting by 100. And when we were looking at our skip counting numbers, we noticed that the only digit that changed when we skip counted by 100 was the hundreds place, and that the tens place and the ones place stayed the same. We also noticed that the only time that was different was when we got up to 1000, which is also 1000. When we get to 1000, the hundreds place went back to a 0, and 1 was added to the thousands place. The next number we would say in this skip counting pattern would be 1100. And you'll see that the hundreds place goes up to a 1, and the thousands place stays at a 1. The next one would be 1200, and so on. We also talked about how that rule or that pattern stays the same even if you have numbers other than 0 in the tens place and the ones place. So for instance, if we started skip counting by 100 at 236, our next number would be 336, and the only digit that would change is the hundreds place, and that pattern continues on. 436, the hundreds place changes. 536, the hundreds place changes. But what happens if you skip count back by 100? If you start at the number 873 and go back 100, instead of your hundreds place getting bigger, your hundreds place is going to get smaller each time you skip count back. But just like before, your tens place and your ones place will stay the same. So if we started at 873 and counted back 1, instead of the 8 going up, the 8 is going to go down to 700, and 73 will stay the same. If we continued counting back by 100, the 100s place would continue to go down. 673, 573, 473. So you can see that the pattern is the same, except for the fact that the hundreds place is going down when you skip count back by 100. For today's assignment, you will be completing a practice page where you are going to need to use both skip counting up by 100 and skip counting back by 100 to fill in each row. So let's look at the first row together. You'll notice that we have a number in the center of the row, but not a starting number. In order to find the numbers going this way, we'll have to skip count back by 100, and to find these numbers, we'll skip up by 100. So I think since skipping up is easier, we'll start with that, remembering that the only digit that will change is the hundreds. So if the hundreds place here is 8, I know that the hundreds place here will be 9, and then the tens place and the ones place stays the same. Now remember, when we get to 9, the hundreds place turns to a 0, and we add a thousands place. So you can see, if you look there, you can see the 10. And actually in the next one, you can see the 11 also. So this one you could call 1102 or 1102. Now for the numbers to the left of 802, the hundreds place is going to go down 1 in each box. So 1 less than 8 is 7. The tens place and the ones place stays the same. 1 less than 7 is 6. The tens place and the ones place stays the same. And 1 less than 6 is 5. And the tens place and ones place stays the same. So in that skip counting row, we have 502, 602, 702, 802, 902, 1002, or 1002, and 1102, or 1102.